Stephanie, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm having technical issues. I think we can start.
Okay. Okay, everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've been working hard with Canderel to put together the speaker series for you guys. So you'll see it's part 2. You have not missed part 1. We just had to do a little shuffling last night. So that will be coming next week. Today is the nutrition and motivation for fitness, what to deal with this pandemic. Because it's changed a lot of how we live our daily life. So if you don't know me, my name is Stephanie. I own Training Wheels Fitness, and I manage the fitness facility at Constitution Square. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen me in and around the gym teaching classes. If you're doing the online classes with us, we're around for you. And just a little bit about my background. So I do have a Bachelor of Science degree. I'm a nutrition coach. I specialize in sports nutrition. I have my FS, PTS, which is all instructor, personal training certifications, kettlebell coach. I teach TRX. I teach cycling, weight training, athletic conditioning, all kinds of things. And I love food. So I'm telling you all of this because I'm not going to sit here and say, I want you to eat salads every day. You should, but understanding that I'm a food lover myself and I love chocolate and I struggle with that, especially stress eating and especially in times like this. So if you missed the first time we started, so I'm very happy to make this presentation interactive. So if you have questions, you can ask away or you can type them in. Although I don't know if I could see them in the chat box because I'm sharing my screen. But we will have time at the end as well for questions, okay? So we're going to talk today about navigating our diet and our exercise routine now that we're stuck at home. Fortunately, the weather's a little bit better, but you know, if you're used to being in the gym 5 days a week, this is really tough. And eating and cooking and managing everything. Stress eating, a big problem, cravings. And then we need to figure out how to develop some habits and find some motivation when we don't really have much. So what happened with COVID? Man, I remember back in March, this is supposed to be 2 weeks, we were working from home. I was in the gym cleaning all the equipment and figuring out, you know, ways of having people bring their own yoga mats and to carry on, because I know some people were going to work from home, some were staying in, and then we had to shut down. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And every day, you know, we had to change everything. And people with children, no childcare, working from home, managing schooling, online, that transition to online. For me, I'm a full-time fitness professional, so everything, all my gyms were closed. And I just found out, like, how am I going to pay my bills? Because there was nothing for me to do. So we had to move everything online. And that's a big learning curve. Thankfully, we do have technology that we can do that. But you know, do people want to work out from home? Do they have space to work from home? Do they have equipment? I live in an apartment building. I just got a note on my door yesterday telling me to shut up because of all the working out. But I had to explain that I know they're working from home, but so am I. And there's only so much I could do. So it's navigating those kind of challenges. And what happened to a lot of us is we lost all of our nutrition. We want comfort food. We want sugar. We have bad cravings. Gaining weight, losing strength, feeling disconnected, getting all stressed out. And it's very hard. And I was reading an article recently on, I think they call it Zoom fatigue or something like that. We're doing all these meetings and you don't have that personal connection anymore. And people are just getting exhausted and sick of the Zoom meetings. And myself, I do every Friday night. I have a friend chat, but we haven't been doing it lately because we're just so sick of it. So it's very hard to deal with everything. And this is so new. But I guess the one thing is that we're all in this together. It's not just isolated to Ottawa or Ontario. It's the entire world. It's hard. So what do we do about it? I don't know, but I can talk about some food stuff. So comfort food, definitely 100%. And I know with me, I kind of use excuses. I say, oh, well, it's a hard time. I'm going to allow myself to have this chocolate bar, this cake. But since this is something that's not going away anytime soon, we need to figure out a way to deal with this. Alcohol, yeah, big time. Another big problem, And, you know, it's the coping mechanisms. I think we kind of learn a lot about ourselves and our bad habits when something like this happens. So what can we do to get out of the cycle of eating too much, drinking too much, feeling low, mental health issues that are coming? So I put on there, put on real pants. I haven't worn real pants probably 2 months, to be honest with you. Jogging pants, pajama pants, yoga pants, they lie. Let me tell you, they lie. So if you're concerned, get dressed. And they're saying that, like, get dressed as if you're going to go to work, because it gets you back into a habit and a routine instead of just feeling lazy. At least it's something that you can do. That's a kind of a normal activity that we've done before. It's also going to give you a good assessment of where your nutrition is standing. So if your pants are tight, don't worry about it. Easy to fix. Easy to fix. Managing our cravings. That cake looks delicious. See, that is my weakness, that cake right there. Drink water. You know, really, it does make a difference if you have a big glass of water. Sparkling water especially. I don't know, something with the carbonation, it does fill you up a little bit. Get outside, go for a walk. A little snack, something healthy like protein, a piece of cheese or an egg or something like that. And my kind of thing is, we're human, right? If you can't stop thinking about the donut or the piece of cake, just have it and move on. Don't have 6 donuts, have 1, but eat it and move on, okay? Because the cravings are going to go away eventually. Sometimes they don't. Eat it and carry on. So we need to get back to building our healthy habits. So portion control. Personally, I struggle a lot with this. Boredom eating is another thing. At nighttime, watching TV, I want my snacks. So the 80-20 rule, that's 80% of lean proteins, healthy carbohydrates, veggies, fruits, fill your plate with veggies, and 20% is kind of the snacky, junkish foods. So allow yourself that. Don't deprive yourself, okay? Allow it. It's going to be a lot better than binge eating. Because if you say, oh, the weekends, I'm just going to go crazy, that's what ruins diets. If you have it on a Wednesday night, tonight's my night, fine, carry on. Protein's going to fill you up. So try and eat snacks with protein. Eat enough on your plate for your meals with your protein. Lots of vegetables. You know, a big salad with your dinner is going to fill you up. If you have like a huge salad on the side, all that roughage is going to fill you up. And, you know, eat the rainbow, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, I'm being photobombed. This is honeydew melon. Speaking of food, honeydew melon is a good snack too. Meal prepping, that has saved me because I'm busy now, busy when we were all working. And if you do have the time, now that you're at home, it's going to prevent you from grabbing those snacks that maybe aren't the healthiest, especially when you're hungry. Because, you know, you want to go grocery shopping, you get all the not so great choices. So if you have the time, or take a day of the week, maybe on a Sunday, that's typically what I'll do, is take a few hours and prep my meals for the week. If you have kids at home, they can help you and maybe get them to eat their vegetables too. If they're helping to prepare it, they might be a little bit more inspired to eat that food. And then if you are struggling with weight and you're looking at losing weight, the way to do it is to put yourself into a calorie deficit. So you need to burn off more calories than you're consuming. So, you know, this is a tough one too. Tracking calories, I'm not gonna lie, is a huge pain in the neck. But once you develop that habit, so there's tons of apps out there. MyFitnessPal is a really good one that you can track all of your calories, and it will kind of break up your fat percentage, your carb percentage, your protein percentage, and you can see where your diet is lacking. You get into the habit of doing it, it's not so bad, and then it kind of saves your choices. The only thing is, consider if you, for example, if you're making a salad and you're tracking that, don't forget about the olive oil or the dressings and stuff like that. Because where we really fall short, and I'm guilty of this too, is olive oil. 1 tablespoon is about 150 calories. So if you just take the bottle and go over top your salad, you could be wasting about 400 calories just from olive oil. So if you start to track, you'll really see your trends. And maybe you're not eating enough calories, and that often happens too. And then when you do that, you can kind of see if you're having a craving or you want a glass of wine or a couple glasses of wine, you can say, okay, I'm lowering my calories, I could do it today. And you'll see your plan throughout the week. Annoying at first, but then you get into the habit and it makes it much, much easier. It's actually very good to see your habits because we think we're okay, but then you write it down. Myself too. we get into the fitness part of it. So we're eating better, we're feeling a little bit better, not as hungry because we're eating enough protein. We don't have a gym anymore. A lot of people don't have space in their house to work out. They don't have equipment. They don't want to go for a run. Not a runner, not a walker. What are you going to do? And just the lack of motivation. I know a big problem is a lot of people like group fitness classes. They like the team, their little workout buddies. It's great that we do the online stuff, but it's not the same because, you know, as instructors, we can't see you either. You can see us, but we can't see you. So sometimes people miss that group scenario. So it is very challenging right now. There are a lot of resources out there for things that you can do at home. I would caution you though, just be careful because not everybody's an expert. So if you go to, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but with my company, we do have a YouTube channel that has classes with instructors that you've seen. And then with Canderel, we do the Monday to Friday classes at lunchtime. We do cardio strength from 12 to 12:30 and then a yoga 12:35 to 1:05, Monday to Friday. And anybody can join those classes. We do options without equipment as well if you don't have it. Walking is always good. Get outside, get some sun, it does help. And then our online classes that we offer. Finding motivation, this is a really tough one. And I don't really know how to answer this question because it's such a weird time. One thing that I've struggled with, and me being in this industry, and my workouts are definitely affected. I'm obviously not teaching nearly as much and I can't do my workouts. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. I'm not feeling the same results. I'm losing strength. I'm getting frustrated with that. But if you call a friend or somebody close to you, or we're here as instructors, we can talk to you as well and help you with that and kind of figure out what we could do. You can set up a little challenge with a buddy and make it small. Make it something that you could do. If you're going to make a list, make it something that's doable. You know, you get into and you see on Instagram, and it kind of drives me a little bit crazy. They'll put, learn a new language, take all this time, you have all this free time, but sometimes you just can't do it. You're not in the space to do it. You don't want to do it, and that's okay. That's okay. So if you're going to make a list of what you want to do, make something small that you can accomplish so you know that you've done that one thing. I think I've got on here, make the bed in the morning. Easy. Get up in the morning, make your bed, you've done one thing off of your list. Already your mentality has changed that you can do something. So if you make a workout buddy, set it small. Go for a 1 kilometer walk. Maybe after a week or so, change that to 2 kilometers. And if you're feeling that you just don't want to do it, talk about it. Say, no, I don't want to do today. And then you could do something else. You could try these classes. You know, they're beginner as well and advanced. And like I said, our YouTube channel does have lots of different classes. Lots of variety that you can do. Listen to your body. That's a big one. Respect your mental health and allow yourself to rest. That's one thing I struggle with personally. But sometimes you just need to take the day and not do anything, and that's okay, and be okay with that. Allow yourself to do that. So just wrapping things up a little bit. Yeah, plan out your meals. Try it. Eat your vegetables, 80-20 rule. So you're not restricting too much. Set little goals, make them achievable. Feel what you're feeling. Reach out. There's lots of resources out there. Lots of online resources for fitness. Come to our classes anytime. Get in touch with us. I mean, we don't know when this is going to be ending, and I would imagine that once the gym is open, there's going to be very, very strict regulations. I also work for Good Life Fitness, and they're talking about the reopening plan in different parts of the country, and it's very strict. So it's going to be a while before we're back 100% at everything. So it's just finding ways now that we can get through everything and dealing with this. So if you have questions or concerns, this is my email address. Our YouTube channel is Training Wheels Fitness. So you'll see this little logo on there, and that's our channel. You could subscribe to the channel. Reach out to me on Instagram. The website is still under construction. It should be up soon. But we're here for you, whatever you need. And Canderel has been fantastic with offering programs. And if there's anything that you want to see in terms of fitness programs, we can do that for you. So we just want to keep the dialogue going. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Nothing? How is everybody doing?
Actually, I find that the motivation is the biggest thing, because but I'm trying to keep a schedule. I mean, the thing is, I thought I would be getting up so much later in the mornings, but I still wake up at my regular time around 5:30. But then I give myself the option to kind of sleep in a little bit, and then, as you said, make sure that you actually do something right away. So I make sure that I still do my bed and I still do my dishes, and like I need to get a few things saying, okay, I have accomplished this, if nothing else. And then basically I'm at my computer starting about 7:45, and then I have to keep reminding myself to actually get up. So it's a good thing I have a Fitbit watch, because it keeps buzzing every time I don't do my steps.
Yeah, I have an Apple Watch, and it's hard to hit those move goals now. It's really hard sometimes. So so you're still working your regular?
Oh yeah. Basically, I put in my 7.5 hours a day, and sometimes, I tend to sometimes break it up, and I try and make sure that, okay, it's lunchtime. Just step away from the computer. But my system is set up that if I get an incoming email from my work, my Apple iPad actually dings, so I know there's something coming in. If it doesn't ding, I don't feel so guilty.
Right. So how do you find working remotely?
Actually, I was set because I did some some work for a lawyer virtually, so I already was kind of set up. The only thing I didn't have at home was a printer, which as soon as the pandemic kind of started and the offices were closed, I went and bought myself a small printer, because doing finances and stuff like that, I need to print a lot of stuff. So basically everyone else in my office does everything online. But I mean, it at the beginning, it wasn't too bad, but April was tough. Beginning of May was tough. It was like trying to stay motivated. But I'm making sure that I have projects on the side, and yeah, just kind of stepping away from the computer, and but half the time it's like, go from the computer, go watch TV.
Yeah, that's the other problem too, is that you get so stuck in work and staring at your computer screen all day. And yeah, it's a common issue too, that people just finally are done work and they're so drained that they just lie in front of the TV. And it's completely understandable.
I think the thing I miss too is because I don't have a vehicle, so and I live in an apartment building, and there's a lot of kids and people, and social distancing doesn't seem to record on a lot of these people and stuff like that too. So I tend to stay in my apartment a lot. But the thing I'd actually miss is, because I used to always walk to Saint Laurent to be able to get the LRT to get to downtown. So I always had that extra like 20-25 minute walking in the day, which I don't have. So but I do have like equipment at home that I can use, but sometimes it's just getting off my butt and actually using it.
It's really hard. It's really, really hard.